What is it about Trump that you like?
All my life, we was taught to like Trump in the 1980s. Black people loved Trump in the 1990s. We praised Trump from the 1990s to the 2000s. Trump have been in over 300 rap songs. So it wasn't until recently that black people was told he was racist. We never heard that in the 80s or the 90s. So even when he had Celebrity Apprentice, man, we never heard that. So I've been admiring the man all my life. Why would I get grown now and let him convince me he was racist when I ain't never heard a black person call him racist ever in my life?
How do you feel about him running for president again?
I vote for him. Best president in the history of my lifetime. I'll vote for him again.
Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. Today, I have another question for you. Why are more black people supporting Donald Trump for president? We are going to look into the exact reasons why. But before we get into it, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, watch the video to the end. Now let's get into it.
What is it about Trump that you like?
All my life, we was taught to like Trump in the 1980s. Black people loved Trump in the 1990s. We praised Trump from the 1990s to the 2000s. Trump have been in over 300 rap songs. So it wasn't until recently that black people was told he was racist. We never heard that in the 80s or the 90s. So even when he had Celebrity Apprentice, man, we never heard that. So I've been admiring the man all my life. Why would I get grown now and let him convince me he was racist when I ain't never heard a black person call him racist ever in my life?
How do you feel about him running for president again?
I vote for him. Best president in the history of my lifetime. I'll vote for him again.
So that was Charleston White. Yes, he said he had never heard anything bad about Donald Trump in the 80s, 90s, earlier part of the 2000s, not until he ran for president as a Republican. Yeah, he'd been in over 300 rap songs, and he's been on Oprah Winfrey Show. Even when he was doing the Celebrity Apprentice, no one said anything about him being racist. No one came forth and said anything about him. People admired him. He was on black TV shows. He received these awards and everything with Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali. No one said anything until the night with the baby in her hand. Laugh out loud. Yeah, that's why Trump has gained the support of so many black people. You realize that if only 20% of blacks vote for Trump, Democrats lose. Trump, as of right now, has 21% according to most polls, and he's gaining more support. What has Joe or Heels Up Harris done for people of color? Heels Up Harris. Girl, you should have just done it the right way, but you had to get it quicker, I guess. Thank you. Trump has done more for blacks. Sorry about that. Thank you. Trump has done more for black Americans than Biden administration. College funding, prison reform. Prison reform. That's why many blacks support him. He got an award many years ago for helping something with my hero, Rosa Parks, etc. in New York City. You can look it up. Blacks for Trump. Why not just support who you think will do a better job of running the country? Do you want more of what we've had for the past 4 years? They're saying, why the hell would you support a white man who voted against integration when in the Senate? President Trump did more for you blacks and women than Obama, who's half white, and Biden combined. Do you know what that tells me? Then she's got, you are so dumb. You're really dumb for real. Why are you so dishonest? Overwhelmingly, blacks and Latinos vote Democrat, but Trump has historically high support. No wonder more and more people turn away from the left-leaning mainstream media. It states again, why would you vote for a man that supported Senator Byrd, a ranking KKK member? Yes, Jim Crow Joe. He was mentored by Robert C. Byrd, a Klansman, him and Hillary. And it says, why would you support a ranking KKK member from West Virginia? Not to mention, Biden tried to lynch Justice Thomas in 1991 and called black juvenile males super predators. Please don't fool yourself into believing the lies. Trump did more to help blacks it says he did more to help blacks in one term than the Democrats have done since 1964. So we have to really know our history and know what's going on. It says more opposition, Communist Democratic Party lies, propaganda designed to fraudulently interfere with the election. What is a black bootlicker? Why are blacks who support our greatest ever president, Donald J. Trump, attacked by racist Democrats? Supposed to be a free country. You know, it's hard being I just got to say, it's hard being a black conservative, especially when you are a Donald Trump supporter. I am just done. You know, other people get to say what they want to say. And that's why I say I do say what I say. That is why I say what I want to say about who I support, because other people get to say it. And then why shouldn't black conservatives get to say it? Like, why should we just sit there like wallflower and fade into the background? Why should we do that? We should be able to freely speak, have freedom of speech, free speech. I shouldn't have to hold my tongue. And then if my opinion is different, I should not be attacked. Let people be who they are. Let them feel and be who they are and express themselves. Most of the attacks come from the left towards the right, not the other way around. Lefties always attack us on the right. They do. And we're called the right because we are right. That's something you guys got to deal with on the left, you clefty lefties. Now, this is a good one. It says, for all the Trump haters out there, what did you hate most? No wars, secure southern border, Middle East peace, strong American economy, no inflation, growing 401ks, market profits, a secure oil reserve, lower taxes, a strong dollar. Woo, such a dictator, that Donald Trump. Oh, he's going to be a dictator. He's like AH in Germany. Oh, give it a rest. You know the economy was better under him. And all you got is that he says things that you don't like. We need to grow the heck up. And this is what is said by this person. Trump support from blacks hit an unheard of 21%, and Democrats still can't figure out why. Hint, your policies created and maintained third world living conditions in America. No more ghettos. Your time is up. So there you have it. Black people, we're more and more of us are supporting Donald Trump because, we're like, wait a minute. Life was better under him. Lower gas prices, lower food prices, low unemployment, prison reform, permanent funding for HBCUs. Then you look at the history and it's like, wait a minute. You know what? He wasn't called racist back then. If he ran as a Democrat, with the same exact, everything the same, with no changes. If he ran as a Democrat, they would have nothing bad to say about him. If he was a clefty lefty, they would say nothing bad. He would not be getting all this heat. I'm talking about with nothing changing but the letter next to his name. That list, something. And look at Tulsi Gabbard. Tulsi Gabbard went from Democrat to independent, and she is against the Democrat Party. She said the Democrat Party is a party of warmongers, a party of, basically communism, governmental control. They just don't want you to say and be free. They want you to be enslaved. Again, they are a party of warmongers. They're ran by the elites. And see, MAGA, Make America Great Again, politicians are for the country. They put us American citizens first before everybody else. So I don't see a problem with that. If you guys have a problem with that, something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. And the only thing they're saying, well, he doesn't sound presidential. And I used to be the same way. Ooh, it used to bother me so bad. But I realized what was happening through prayer. God showed me that all the things and cases they're thrown against Donald Trump, they are just not accurate. He's not guilty of any of them. It's what God showed me. But when you tell people what God showed you, I guess they're just thinking that you're making it up. But God really showed me that. But I don't have to try and prove myself to anybody. I know that I heard from him, the Lord. So that's why Black people are turning around, because we are sick and tired of the BS from the demon rats.
Yes, now is Pastor Lorenzo Sul, senior pastor at the 180 Church, who spoke last night at the RNC. Pastor, phenomenal preaching at the RNC, because that's what it sounded like to me. I just kept saying to everyone, I'm glad I'm not speaking after the pastor, okay? You are a hard act to follow. But what's been the response that you've gotten since last night, particularly when you delivered your speech?
Laura, I'm so Holy Ghost happy to be here with you. You are one of my favorites. I'm so grateful for who you are. I've got responses that have been amazing, but I've also gotten responses from my fellow Democrat pastors. They've called me. They have said they were concerned. They brought up Project 2025. And then when I explained to them the type of man that our next president, Donald J. Trump, the type of man he really is, the type of man that would give a platform to a kid from the east side of Detroit, the type of man who would be willing to come to the hood. When I explained to him that I'm not bought and paid for like a lot of their Democratic friends, but that he actually cares about our community, that I didn't reach out to him, Laura. He actually reached out to me. When I had that type of conversation, Laura, they got converted. I had a pastor in California today. He was like, wow, I'm so glad I called you. I'm so glad that I reached out to you, because that's making me consider my vote for him as well.
Pastor, what's the best way to reach urban America if you're from a group that traditionally is kind of dismissed by certain urban leaders?
The first thing that our Republican Party needs to do is lift. The first thing they need to do is take men like me that already have relationships with pastors and have a real conversation about Democratic strongholds. Let's walk outside our doors. Let's see if our kids can read. Can our kids write? Can our kids do math? We know that's not happening. Are our streets safe? I'm not talking about every Black American. I'm talking about those Black Americans that are in impoverished communities. And the Republican Party, they need to go back to our original message. It's not that Black people are becoming Republican. It's that Black people have always been Republican, right? When we talk about the Grand Old Party starting 107 years ago, Black people that have led this nation have always been Republican. It's just the Democrats have hijacked us for the last 60 years. And just like the prodigal son came back home, we're coming back home to the Republican Party.
That was Pastor Lorenzo Sul of the 180 Church in Detroit, Michigan, where Donald Trump had that round table. And there was that discussion there. And Byron Donalds, he's a congressman out of Florida who was there as well. And yeah, that was this whole debacle about, and Joy Reid was saying that, and the women, the Kaplan hens of The View, were saying that there was mostly white people in that church. They're trying to say that there was Black support for Donald Trump. I don't see, Black support for Donald Trump. And I'm just like, and then Pastor Lorenzo Sul came back and clapped back and said, yes, that's because the media, the propaganda media, what they actually did was they took pictures before the people in the community could come in. They had Secret Service, and then they had the media. And that crowd happened to have been mostly white, some Black. So that's when they took their pictures. But he said after that group, those groups came in, they didn't get the others that came in. He even said 60 to 70% of the people that were there at that round table at 180 Church were actually from the community and Black. See how the propaganda media loves to lie. They just lie through their teeth. And he was there physically there. Pastor Sul was physically there. So he set the record straight on that. So we need to call these media companies out every time they lie. When I catch them in a lie, I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do a video and say, you lied. You lied, you lied, you lied. And here's the proof right here. I'm doing it because they need to be held accountable. They're the reason we have racial unrest in this country. The demon rats are going to manufacture racial unrest because they're the party of chaos. They don't bring peace. They're the party of wars. They bring, they're going to, if they can't catch a situation where a police officer is white and the victim that got shot and unfortunately was unalive was Black, if they can't find it, they'll manufacture it. That's how desperate they are. And they're gonna make up racial chaos and then pick on every little thing a Republican says, Donald Trump and J.D. Vance. They're gonna just nitpick and then blow it up and blow it up and blow it up. You can expect that. And we might get thrown into that season of having to wear masks again. Those masks that you got to wear because of something going on, that's probably going to come up too. See, and they're probably going to try again with trying to dismiss Donald Trump. You know what they tried to do in Pennsylvania. You know what they tried to do. That's how desperate they are. They won't stop at anything. But you guys pray for this man, Donald Trump, and his family. Pray for our country, because I believe God really wants to use Donald Trump, but the devil is so mad. Remember, in the Bible, every time God used someone, the devil tried to silence that person, put them in prison, like Paul, like Jesus, like the apostles, the disciples. You shut up talking in that name. You stop. Even though it was the truth, you get in prison, or you get, other things happen. So we can take the Bible at its word, and those things that happened back then are happening today. History is a great teacher. Everyone, that's why Black people are coming to the Republican Party, because the Democrat Party left us a long time ago. They actually were never with us. Remember, they're the party of slavery, KKK, and Jim Crow. The parties never switched. Don't forget, the parties never switched. Did I just say the parties never switched? Because they didn't switch. Yeah, the public school system is controlled by the Dems, Google and all of that, and the PolitiFact, the fact check organizations controlled by the demon rats. Oh, they got it locked up now. They can say, oh, we're going to fact check this. And then the fact check organization is getting money from the demon rat party. Come, please. Please. Okay. We know better than that. Those of us who know the truth. Thank you all so much for watching. It really means a lot. I've reached over 47,000 subscribers, on my way to 50,000 subscribers. Really like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, watch the video to the end, and try to get to my videos as quickly as you can. I post Sunday through Friday at 4, 6, and 8 p.m. Eastern. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America. And as they always say, march on, warriors.